And there we have it. We have our first map down and dusted here in the Qudos Bank Arena. FaZe Fnatic brawl on Cash. It's exactly as our analysts prophesized. It was not going to be beautiful Counter-Strike, and it was absolutely not. The crowd may have loved it, and indeed so did our analysts, but for all the wrong reasons. A mess for us to dissect, to have Yanko and Chad joining me.
An absolute mess, Alex. That really, especially that first half, it was so strange, you know, FaZe winning the pistol round. Then in the first two gun rounds, I have no idea what they were trying to do the whole round. They just stand around, no pressure towards B. Let's try and go away one by one. You know, Fnatic already has 4 players there, of course, and it was just, they were saved by that eco round. Like, that's saved. If they didn't win that eco round, I feel Fnatic would have like a 10-5 half.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one, right? Fnatic in that maybe regretting not picking the T side first, because as you saw, Lekro started to warm up when we did get over to the T side. The second half of the game, they were slowly getting into it more and more. But early, even with the strategies coming out from FaZe, it was just basic CS. And there was poor timing. There was all those kind of mistakes coming out. The sloppiness that we saw when they played Cloud9 in the group stage, still there, but able to pick up a comfortable victory, Alex.
But that's what's so baffling for me, is maybe perhaps you can help me understand, when both teams are displaying such messy Counter-Strike, how did such a large lead establish itself?
I think Fnatic was doing better. I mean, in that first half, they were just unfortunate by losing some of those key rounds early on. You know, FaZe just got such big of a lead. You can see it 7-2, 8-2, really. After that, you know, whatever you win, it's not going to be great for Fnatic. And I'd like to believe that the reason why FaZe was so sloppy the first half was because they were slow to get into the game. Because once we switched over to the CT side, you saw the team play picking up, right? We saw Exist getting pop flash into A main, them being aggressive, assertive towards mid as well. So it was looking really better from FaZe in the second half. So that's maybe a hope here, that it was just players getting into the feel of things.
Just want to point out how ridiculous the T-side pistol from Fnatic was, that they got all the way through middle, they flanked onto the B site. You expect to have a lot of resistance put up when you're doing that kind of move. FaZe just moved out of their line of sight, just moved into, you know, Guardian pushed B main. You had the 2 other players fall back towards CT. And when Fnatic guys came through Heaven, they're like, oh, it's a free bomb site. No one's here. Next minute, everyone's dead.
And that's great presence of mind from Guardian, because if he just stays in the site, he gets completely surrounded as well. And FaZe probably loses that pistol. Another saving grace, right? Winning both pistols in this game, really, it feels like just because of that, or mainly because of that, winning those key rounds, pistols, reset rounds, is why FaZe got off to such a dominant win. If it went the other way, much closer game.
Could have been much closer. That does seem to be the main observation. Something that stood out to me when we're taking a look at some of the advanced statistics is, once again, maybe not in the multi-kills, but Karrigan was opening up rounds as well. This guy has been filling up the statistics you wouldn't otherwise expect. He was leading in the opening kills for FaZe.
Yeah, I think an impressive thing across the board for both teams. No one was like on, you know, 1 kill or anything like that. Everybody was kind of contributing. And if you look towards the top of the scoreboard for FaZe, you can definitely see Exist and Guardian. You know, they maybe 10 more kills than the other members of their team, but they could have been eco slaws. They could have been, you know, frags that weren't too instrumental. Everyone is playing at a decent level, and that's exciting going into Mirage. It means, you know, we're not looking at anyone who's having a real bad start.
And I want to make sure we have ample time to talk about Mirage. So before we do start our discussion surrounding our second map of this quarterfinal, we are going to take a little listen to what Fnatic was saying about how they practice, prepare, and perform. Let's take a closer look.
When we practice more of like team play together, and that's like always our main focus, because we are better together than being alone and doing crazy stuff. We start like 1 p.m. We have 1 hour briefing of what we're gonna do today, and new tactics, talk about mistakes and all that stuff. Then we practice 3 hours straight against other top teams. After that, we have 1 hour break to eat or chill or wherever. Then we back at it again, 2 more hours, then we're done for today. Sometimes it's my hobby, this is what I love to do. And sometimes it feels like it's my job. Like I wake up, I do my routines, like I prepare, and it feels like a job. It really does. And I still in this mood that, wow, I'm doing this. This is crazy. So at the same time, it's my job, and I don't know, I kind of love it. So I don't know, it's hard to explain.
I think I can say the same thing, Golden. I can't believe this is my job, and I get to talk to these people in the crowd. Sydney, you still with us? I get to do this for a job. I don't know. It's crazy. We do get to see these guys go out and put that hard work to use in Mirage. And I want to start talking a little bit about some of the more intricate matters at hand when we do start to see these particular players clash. A name that always crops up when we talk about Fnatic and we talk about Mirage is Crims. Not only is his power just in general with his frank capacity, but one area, especially on that CT side, he seems to be laying down the example of how to play connector.
Absolutely, and you even heard from Sticko in his interview saying that he was actually watching Crims' demos to, you know, get a few tips, and you can see he plays many different positions towards stairs, inside of connector, and he's just so good at, you know, making good timings for himself, right? Sometimes even when there's a smoke on stairs, he gets great timing to push through it. Obviously, it also depends on team play with his teammates, right? They are also creating a lot of commotion, and Crims is just a menace towards that connector area.
And a lot of players outside of Crims, you know, perhaps in the more casual scene, find that stairs connector a horrible responsibility. He seems to make it look like the most powerful position on the map.
Yeah, it's where he thrives. And, you know, he's been synonymous with a rock-type position, and that's one where you actually need to be more mobile. You need to make the decisions on when you're going to peak, when you're going to push, and how you're going to take certain duels. And he's been doing this since 2014 when he was in LGB.
Yeah.
You know, this goes back a long time, and he's continued that through. So it's impressive to see Crims being able to keep that up.
And it definitely helps in the fact that people still get caught out by, you know, the basic stuff. I mean, he almost invented the one-way smoking connector for people coming out of underpass, and you see a smoking connector and people still start coming out. You just don't do it. Yeah. Either spam it, nade it, throw the molly a bit deeper, right, so it also catches him. You know, do something, but it feels like Crims is getting so many free kills that there's no way he should be getting anymore.
And a perfect opportunity as well for something that you selected, Chaz. I mean, you wanted to raise awareness of. It is perfect because we are talking about Mirage. What exactly do you want to
So just so these teams know, we do address the fact that this is brawly Counter-Strike, but this is an opening move from Fnatic here where they do a really quick window smoke. It pushes the AWP away, Kenny in this example. And JW and Lekro, they push one close connector and one on Cat to double peak. They find those two opening kills, and this is where it becomes a brawl. Both of these teams are fantastic at opening moves. That's one example right there. But the mid-round is where Fnatic and FaZe really thrive. For Fnatic in this scenario, they've obviously gone back. They've gone as a team, going to hit the A bomb site. Information play there by Body gets punished by JW. They move on to the bomb site. And at this point, when it goes down, is how well you see the chemistry and the communication. So in these, it's a 2-on-3 right now. Golden's going to get killed in the meantime when the bomb gets planted, but it's how Crims and JW play off of each other. Now, this is where it becomes brawly Counter-Strike. Right. This is where it's who is going to, I guess, hold the pressure, handle the pressure better. You can see here, Crims is baiting. He can see the player in CT. That allows information to JW. He knows when to peak when Crims gets into a duel. They take the fight together, and they close out the 2v2. It's these rounds here that are the most important.
This is where the experience of playing together for so long really comes into play. We talk about communication, how important it is. In these situations, these guys don't even have to talk to each other, it feels like, right? They know how they play, they know how to play off of each other, they know what the best moves are in that particular scenario to win the round, and that's the strength of Fnatic. For them, yes, it's not always pretty how they get to these 3v3 situations, but as long as they get to them, that's their goal.
And it's very interesting whenever you have someone that's perhaps newer to being in the offline world, again, just be, you know, in the player area as we were for the group stages. One of the first observations you hear from them is how surprised they are how little you hear Fnatic communicate. Like this is it when they're winning. Bear in mind, like this is they're stomping a team, and you'll hear a couple of mumbles in Swedish at the start of a round. Yeah. And then you have this rather textbook execution. It does seem to be something rather unique to this Swedish roster.
The thing is, they tend to take exception to teams that get very loud and emotional. You saw Crims' tweet, you know, to the French, and you bang on there. I've stood there many times watching them play and just see how calm and cool, collected they are at all times, no matter the situation.
Absolutely, and it's the way it should be, really, right? That just tells you how high their game sense is, how high their awareness is by making one simple call. You know, your teammate, you don't need to describe to him, guy pushing mid, he can go towards long, he can also go towards short. And you're just talking for so much, and the guys who are on the other side of the map, they can't hear cues, you know, while the comms are going on. So it's really important when people say communication, that doesn't mean talking as much as possible. No, it means talking actually being as concise as possible, but relaying the most important information, right? And obviously you need to have trust in your teammate that he is going to be able to make the right call, and you don't need to draw it for him.
And I need you two to make the right call. Do we see a third? I wanted that Inferno, and my question to you, Chad, is do we get it?
Yeah, I think so. If you look at how, I guess, poorly timed the strats were from FaZe on that first map, I am expecting them to struggle again with the timing and cohesion. More polished strategies out of Fnatic this time round.
Yeah,
And,
a more comfortable place.
Yeah, I just think they need to make sure they capitalize on the opportunities.
Yeah, I think for FaZe here, it's a good thing that they picked it up on that second half of Cash, CT side. They start on CT side again, so they need to keep up that dynamic play style, really. And I think they're going to step up now. They're in the game, and they're going to close it out 2-0.
Okay, we've got a split analyst desk. We'll hear what our casters have to say as we kick off our second map. The battleground is none other than Mirage. Let's jump in with FaZe versus Fnatic.
Thank you so much, boys. Here we go, Mirage, the second map. FaZe kind of starting the CT side. Ladies and gentlemen, let's blow the bloody roof off as we get into the second map here. There will be Guardian waiting towards the window. He'll be smoked out for now, firing off those speculative shots. Doesn't do any damage. It's a very fast approach from Fnatic here. Exist got his work cut out for him, but that's a good grenade.
Yeah, let Crow to open up. He's going to blitz their way into the B-bomb site, and there's Flusher to help out. This round is very, very fast from Fnatic. Guardian and Eco, they've reclaimed it back in a 3-on-3. The bomb is going to go down, but they're already here. They're knocking on Fnatic's door. They're in their backyard, and Lecro, he's trying to hold down the fort, but it's Golden to steal the show. 3 big kills.
There we go. Perfect stuff from Golden. That was very good indeed. You don't expect him to have those sort of plays. The Glock in hand, bomb planted. He challenges all 3 members of FaZe, and down they go one by one. Like we said, very fast approach to Fnatic. Smoking towards the connector, smoking the window. Flash forward existed. Good damage with the grenade, but it wasn't quite enough. Nico and Rain got a couple of kills, but Golden to shut everything down. Has to be the force buy here in the second round. And see the Scout, the CZs, the Deagles. It's not going to be a clean-cut affair. We'll see whether they can actually get away with this one, as the Scout doesn't connect just yet. Nico tagged up by the flames, and the grenades just hitting absolutely everyone right now. It all calms down at this point. A couple of AKs, Mac-10s, and he's going to go for that mid-control, try and push the CTs back at this point.
Wow, Flusher, he's successfully dealt with the man in the back line. That was Carrigan. Exist, he's managed one. Surely goes down here, but oh no, that's a massive blunder. Now Golden's gonna follow. It's Flusher and Crims left in a 2 versus 4, and this round looks like it might elude the Swedes. They're gonna have to try and pull it back. And you can see Crims, he's snuck all the way back through T-spawn to go and grab that bomb. Flusher sits inside the B-bomb site on his perch, and Guardian, well, he might be the first point of contact over here on short. He's got the Scout. He's going to be the first man to hear these rotations. Flusher, now back into the site he goes. Crims is going to try and get the bomb down, but Guardian's watching the cross. He tags him up with the first shot and then follows up onto Flusher. 2 versus 3. Rifles have been retrieved, and Nico, it's the hat trick for him.
Lovely stuff all around. The CZ, the Deagle, the Wombo combo from the connector and the window. Fnatic going to get nothing done there. Stunning shots, and Nico cleaning it up nicely. He does allow them to plant, but still 3 players survive. They've salvaged AKs, the UMP, a little bit of utility as well. And this is swinging right back in FaZe's favor. The analysts speculated that they feel like FaZe still are going to find this map, even though it's Fnatic's best. Remember what Crims has been doing towards those step positions recently. I'm sure he's got something to say about that. But for now, will Fnatic force back? We'll have a look. Doesn't look like they will. Just a few Deagles, no armor, no nades. So they're not going to try and steal the round away. They're going to try and have the full buy going to that next round. Exist should be able to find at least one here. Flashbang actually pushes them away slightly, but Guardian's there to back him up. As he'll take down Crims. The grenades coming in, and it doesn't look like Fnatic will do much of this. So they got an early 1 Deag there, and then can take over middle very quickly. There would be a chance, but now just trying to recover the situation.
Yeah, they've had to grind almost entirely to a halt. Now FaZe, they have actually left mid and allowed Fnatic to start to work their way down. Just peeling off when they found that man advantage. Flush up, making some noise down here towards the base of mid, and Nico, there we go, peeking over the top of the smoke. He takes a couple of shots from the P250. This is dangerous territory for him, but he has support from Carrigan and Exist. Flush up, he doesn't last long. Let Kruger try his luck at the B-bomb site where Guardian does reside. And oh, he's done damage. Lecro's very proficient with the D. He's managed one, but that should be it as he gets tagged up. Put down a 38 HP, now fighting for his life. Has to first go toe-to-toe with Carrigan, and he's going to do it. 1v3, Bomb down over in mid. You imagine Lecro's luck might run dry here. Players pushing in from apartments, and Nico's going to delete him from the server.
You can see what Lecro wanted to do, that hold towards the van. Desert Eagle, he can hit some very spectacular shots from that position, but not able to do much with it. A couple of kills, but here comes the full buy. They did at least take some money out of the pockets of FaZe there, and it will be AKs across the board. Guardian brings out his AWP. Remember, this is Fnatic's pick, so FaZe started on the CT side, the more favored side, and Guardian certainly can put on a show. He had amazing form on Cash. A map he didn't actually play professionally until the mid stages of 2017. Remember Na'Vi, when he was in them, they didn't play it for 3 years, so it's great to see him really sink his teeth into Cash. And all the grenade damage here. Lecro and Golden go down to 30 points of health each. They haven't even seen anyone yet, and it just keeps on coming. The tactical airstrikes. Golden will be taken down, 5 on 4, and they haven't even seen a single player yet.
That is so disheartening if you are Fnatic. Nico, I was going to say he might make things worse, but then there's Rain straight away in with the reply. Fnatic just can't seem to find any luck across the map. Carrigan rerouting over towards short, looks to try and bolster their defenses over in mid. The bomb, that's going to be on the back of Lecro. And I mean, we saw him entry into the bomb site in just the previous round. He looks to try and replicate that once again, and he's got a tough hurdle to overcome. That's going to be Carrigan. Effectively in a 1v3, you can see Exist starting to rotate round, but Carrigan has to hold his own. He's managed 1, still 2 kills to find and hold his own. He shall too. Leaving it now on a Crims. 1v3, bomb on his back, 35 seconds on the clock. And Exist inside the bomb site. This is a very, very big ask. Weight of the world on his shoulders. That might be too much to bear. Exist going to go ahead and finish him off. And there's FaZe with their third.
Really enjoying Carrigan's performance. The numbers he's putting up at this tournament so far. I've often called him out as a weakness for FaZe on this particular map on the CT side, but weak no more. This was really, really well played. Great positioning, good aim with his great silence them for one of the few pros even using that weapon. You see, he goes down in the end, but you're up against Crims. You managed to get 2 out of the 3. That's absolutely your job done. And that should be an eco now for Fnatic. At this point, it is indeed the Deagles, the PD50s. Guardian still with his AWP. MP9 for Carrigan. He knows that he can farm some cash here. So well played to him. Since the departure of Olofmeister, he really has to step up, put himself into more roles where he can actually contribute with the fragging, not just backing everyone up, and certainly looking like he's ready for this tournament. And whether they're going to the semi-finals is yet to be seen, but definitely putting up a convincing case so far. Flasher and Co. just trying to get some intel here. The thing is, with no real grenades, it's one flashbang. You're hoping that CTs make mistakes. They get overzealous and try and push into your crosshair as Lecro tries to crack open the B side.
He is going to go tiptoeing the way of Carrigan with that MP9, the shredder. Lecro has to hold his own here. Creeping forward, will he check the platform? Crims falls elsewhere. That's going to pressure Lecro that much more now to try and find the answers to their problems. And Carrigan just battening down the hatches. You imagine there's no way that he loses this opening door. He sprays down Lecro. And now just 3 players left for Fnatic. It's going to get made that much worse. Nico emerges from his hidey hole down in connector, and he just keeps the frags rolling in. It's all onto JW, and Carrigan is hungry for the kill and for the money.
Hey, Carrigan, death from above as he'll go down with JW. A lot of fun, doesn't have too much impact. In fact, it could be a blessing in disguise. Now he won't be carrying the MP9 into the next round. He'll have to go for a rifle. Sure, it'll mean he spends a bit more money, but they've got a higher chance of winning the round at this point. Will he go for the double AWP? I was about to say, that is an interesting idea. He was the main AWPer for TSM for some time. This is one of his specialist maps, actually. He used to be even in Astralis AWPing on this one, so he's more than capable of holding that B site. Nothing too flashy required. Get the 1 kill, try and fall back, hold for information, and we Carrigan and Guardian their strongest stance now. That double AWP. Here's Nico just spraying them down. Game really begins here. 4-1 down. Fnatic, no AWP for them. Took a tactical timeout. They've got the AKs, mostly utility. Crims and Lecro a little bit less. And remember, Fnatic didn't start to shine on Cash until they started going for those faster paced strategies, grouping up together instead of running slow defaults. Let's see whether they want to change things up nice and early, as we have got one CT going towards the underpass. I think that's Nico, indeed it is. Holding the cubby hole right now. And it will be an A split, but the bomb's still down in T-spawn, so nothing too fast coming in here again. Just trying to find those opening picks as Crims fires off some shots towards middle. No damage inflicted just yet.
I missed the timing though on Nico getting into this position. The flash is perfect. He hasn't rallied off a bullet yet. And they're just going to go walking by him. Now Electro's stuck between a rock and a hard place, waiting really for Flusher to come pouncing out. And Nico's going to try and take the fight. He will perish in the fire and flames. Electro has this foothold. JW is over in Palace. As they lose Electro, JW has to try and reclaim his throne out here on A. He's tagged up Guardian. Gonna get helped out. Crims falls over at Rap, leaving it now. Flusher and JW. There's JW in with the entry. He's given them a foot in the door. And Guardian down in CT. They're inside the site. Suspense is building. Flusher's got the bomb on his back. They have to try and get it down. And Guardian just waiting. Kind of missed that first opportunity, but not the second time around. Now leaving them with 25 seconds. Strapped for time. JW has to try and make a play. Hoping that they go peeking into this. It's not going to happen. 20 seconds on the clock. JW desperate to try and find a way back into this round. Takes out the plant. Able to drop Exist, but now with only 7 seconds, time tick low. He takes the fight on a Carrigan. Oh. He's painted him up with damage, but it's not going to be enough. There's no time. And Guardian just tucked away here in CT.
Great work by Guardian to finish that one off. That was a ballsy call to make as he pushes through the CZ, risks his AWP, but he finds it, makes sure that Fnatic go into the next round with nothing. As FaZe find 5 on the board, it will be Fnatic with just 1 here. It could have been a round for JW if he had maybe 10 more seconds to work with there. Smart play, fake plants coming in, baiting them out. Wasn't quite enough, and I think with the maximum loss bonus, they will just take a partial buy here. CZs, JW doesn't buy anything. He wants to get that AWP out. Hasn't been able to show us what he can do with that weapon just yet, but Nico, he's showing us he's capable with the M4. Pushes middle, funnels him in towards B. They wanted to rush it, taking a nade to the face there. Flush is going to flash them out and see if they can crack open the site. Remember, Carrigan is the one there with the AWP. He's actually in the window right now. Defensive hold, hits one, but can't find the frag. Is this fully flashed out? Needs to be careful here, and he'll take Lecro down through the smoke.
Carrigan leading the charge. Will actually fall at the hands of Crims. Golden going to answer back with 1 more, and now there's a chance. Guardian slipped by. He's ruthless. Another kill to his name, Crims. Now 1v2, 6 bullets in the CZ, and Rain, he will snuff him out. So FaZe, they're not giving Fnatic anything right now.
Very clinical stuff from FaZe, and Fnatic are always going to get close on those sort of buys. The CZs, the Deagles, the Smokes, the utility. They're very, very skilled players, some of the best in the world with pistols. So just winning the round and make sure you keep a couple of players alive, that's fine. You're 6-1 up. Money's not amazing for FaZe. You have got 8K for Guardian. That's some very good news. You can just keep buying those AWPs. Fnatic, I'd assume they'd get the AWP out themselves. JW took a full eco there. He's still with the AK. Suggests they're going to go for a set piece. Golden wants to change things up. So instead of the default trying to work the picks, they're going to try and go for the smokes all over the bomb site. Spawn, jungle, the steps flash over, and you brute force to shut down this defense.
Yeah, here's Guardian in CT. Might be down under, but right now this man has to go above and beyond. Rain gonna fall. Guardian still just tucked away. It's Nico to try and rise to the occasion, and JW will just smite him down. A few missed smokes. And Carrigan, quick double from CT. Now Flusher and Crims. An iconic duo left to try and keep Fnatic in this round. They're gonna go toe-to-toe with Guardian, and Guardian wins the fight. Flusher backing away.
It was looking so promising for Fnatic there. The set piece, the smoke's going down, but nothing was towards Spawner. Whether they missed the smoke there, or a missed flashbang, they didn't seem to be paying any attention to it. And a couple of quick kills. Carrigan posting good numbers again. It leaves Flusher in a 3 versus 1. 45 seconds to his name. He's trying just to bait out a rotation, get them doubting themselves here. As he comes out from the underpass, he'll head towards Connector, but Exist, I was about to say, has him out position, but Carrigan, he certainly does. And it will be 7-1 now. Maximum loss bonus still there. They can buy 1 more time, but it'll be really difficult to operate at maximum capacity. They'll have the AKs, a smoke, armor, No war potential. You can see the money on your screens right now. 4K per player. We'll like to have fun here. And it will just be Deagles. A bit of armor, and they will call for the last second timeout. So Harry, that's a good chance to do it. Yes, you get an extended timeout. If you wait till 1 second on the freeze time, then call it, you get yourself an extra 10, 15 seconds. You know, it's a little trick of the trade there if you ever find yourself in this situation. And for now, Fnatic will just, again, partial buy, but they have not looked at the Fnatic, the one Katowice so far. They've looked quite flat. This is their map pick. They're not getting anything done. The finances have been hamstrung, and they haven't seen the AWP at all. They've tried a set piece, which was kind of off, no smokes, which seemed to be 100% correct. There was no opening crazy frags from Lecro coming out of that palace area. And FaZe are just coasting right now. They're doing a great job. They've got around 5K per player. So get into the next round, it's just CZs and Deagles again. Fnatic, this is the kinds of round they win, like I said. If they can get one of these, they're right back in it, but 8-1 down. And remember, they managed to win the pistol.
Yeah, that's not the scoreline you'd want to see if you're a Fnatic fan right now. Still, the Force Buy has Henry believing.
There's always a chance.
That there is. Well, Rain, he's a bit of a dream killer. 2 quick kills for him, maybe even a little bit more as he overstays his welcome. Flusher has managed 1. Exist, still up on short, still looking to cause chaos. And well, there we go, quick headshot out onto the man that caused them some problems down in mid. He will find himself traded onto. They always seem to get these rounds so close, Henry. Crims and Golden. Now in with a chance. 2 versus 3, and the bomb over here towards this B bomb site where Carrigan has been posting some serious numbers.
We'll see what they can do. They're separated right now. See Golden in the B apartments, Crims at the A ramp. Far from ideal. They've got a couple of kills so far, but no weapons gathered. 45 seconds. Nico's position is just perfect, by the way. He's top of middle, locking everything down. He's not exposed from T-spawn. It's going to be really difficult to shut him down. And Golden with the bomb, he might expose himself first. 35 seconds, but the timing might help him out slightly. Not meant to be. That's bomb down, and Crims, whatever chance they had, is almost non-existent right now. There it is. Guardian to finish things off. 8-1. And now Fnatic really do need to start posting some around the board. That orb needs to come out, surely. Let's mix things up. Will JW purchase it? We haven't seen it once. Flush is going to do it, throws it over to JW. Has he got a decent spawn? That can be a saving grace on Mirage here. We'll have a look. It's okay. He could go towards Palace quite quickly or the A ramp and see if he can open things up there. But Rain, I really love this spot. The fact you can get a couple of kills here. He wanted to try and bail out through the vent. You can see maybe got a bit of bloodlust there. Wanted to get that third one. Would have been fantastic, but not meant to be. But they still win the round. JW not using the spawn to go for that early pick. Instead, he opts to go towards B. We talked about Carrigan being there with the AWP. He doesn't have that anymore, but they know he likes to hunt for a bit of intel at the start. So going to see whether he makes a mistake. And he's jumping up right now. He shouldn't be taken down, but a player like JW, incredibly quick, can pick him off if the timing's right. They're going for a full B commitment here.
Carrigan spotted everything. He's only managed 1. That means Exist has to step up, but instead he's going to step down. Golden, double kill on the entry. He's going to make things interesting as Rain, first point of contact over here on short. Not able to deny that bomb getting across. And still with Flusher over in the top of mid. And look at Crims all the way over in the A bomb site. 2 players lurking, and they shut everyone out of this round for FaZe. It's just Rain left alive. He tries to hold on to the AWP, and Flusher's going to find him.
I said this before on Cash. As soon as Fnatic just look more assertive and have an objective, that's when they come to life. As soon as they go into those slow defaults, nothing seems to be happening for them. They're losing every single one-on-one duel in the slow plays. When they seem to know what they're doing, that's when it's actually all coming together. Straight in towards B, got the trade, and acted on it. Straight in as a unit, and it works very nicely indeed. You can see Exist can do nothing about that. Carrigan only good for 1 with that silenced M4. And we're going to the next round. He's back on the AWP, just to know it. JW will be going for that A-ramp pick this time. I think, once again, yes, this is the flash attack. 3 players in the Palace, flash them over, surprise, and all 3 players will come out. Let's see if it works out for them. This is what we want to see from Fnatic. Let's start posting some rounds.
Lecro is the first man in. He's also the first man to fall. And Golden, hero in the previous round, he's able to go out and manage 1. There's the nade back, and that's going to get rid of him. It's just Flusher. We need to see a vintage performance. He has to roll back the years, and it's not going to happen. Guardian shuts him down. The flash attack doesn't work out, Henry.
Really does not. I like the approach. It seemed like it made a lot more sense. His defaults have been almost useless at times. The bomb hasn't been being planted at all. I think they've got it down once so far. As we get into round number 12, that is a harsh reset, but they're going to force buy. They need to start posting rounds here. 3 AKs, it's not awful. 2 pistols. Crims have no utility whatsoever. They have pretty much fully invested into this round. In terms of CT aggression, I was about to say maybe Guardian wants to get a little bit more stuck in this time. Flashbang's decent, could find himself in a spot above her, and they start to rush towards his position. As CZ's in hand, they'll go through the smoke, but they're held off. But now the Lekro still finds the kill. Flusher joins as well, and now they've got a lifeline. And 9-2 down, but currently 5-3 up in this current one.
Guardian's backed into a corner here. He's going to have to fight for his life, and actually he's been given a second chance. They go ahead and start to divert away. Over here towards B they go. Carrigan, he's got the AWP in the B bomb site, and this is something he brought up a couple of times, Henry. He's going to try and hold his own. He's looking away from apartments, so they're going to be given a lot of ground for free as Carrigan. He's the thing that makes or breaks this round for FaZe. Here's them drop on out. There's the first. He's going to get traded by JW. Guardian has arrived.
I think you just save at this point, though. There's no point going for it. The bomb's down, you're smoked out. Lekro knows it. He'll be holding off for the flanks. Much better stuff from Fnatic again. Get towards that B area. Carrigan only good for 1 to expose his position. Lekro trying to shut down whoever he can with that CZ. Does a ton of damage. It wasn't quite enough. Round number 12 will be going in favor of Fnatic here. FaZe probably need to hold on to these rifles. The money they once had is starting to be whittled down. They can save the AWP and the M4. There will be a buy. If both of them go down, they might be struggling somewhat. First half going by very quickly, and Flusher should be able to shut both of these players down. Great positioning, good incendiaries, no chance. FaZe will take 2 players into the next round. I say that though, Rain somehow has the awareness. They tuck themselves away, and 2 do survive. So there will be a buy now for FaZe. They can drop weapons. Fnatic can win this one though. They can turn it around to 9-6. The money will be completely wrecked if FaZe give this one up. Back to the single AWP setup. Guardian to wield that 4-4's utility. Almost non-existent though. Carrigan, nothing at all exists. A flashbang. Nico, 1 smoke. They've got 1 kit. This is the chance now. If Fnatic are going to cause any sort of plays in the quarterfinals, sorry, this was the chance to do it. Nico towards the underpass. Need to step up now.
It is such an important round for Fnatic. Nico's managed to slip by once again. This time they've got the read on him. They forced him out of the open with that Molotov. That's the man advantage picked up very early on for Fnatic this time. And Exist, he's going to take the fight. The flash there is perfect. And Flusher, another kill for him. Crims out from Palace, gets rid of Rain, and suddenly it's Guardian and Carrigan fighting for their lives. Guardian 1v5 over in the window. He's going to sneak on through this smoke. Flushes down in the bottom of mid. Guardian, what does he do here? He's just being hounded by the Swedes. And there we go.
Much more like it from Fnatic. Now we've got a game on our hands. It was looking pretty grim at one point, but they're probably going to turn this around to 9-6. And on the T side, that's absolutely fine. This is their map pick. They're incredibly good on the CT side. And FaZe have to eco for the last round here. So, 9-5 pretty much guaranteed. I'll say that with bated breath. I said that before. And FaZe managed to win the full eco. They've got 1 Deagle here. That is pretty much it. They've invested $700 into this one. For Nell's default weaponry, as JW tries to land the first shot. Connecting. Pistol, though, in a lot of trouble on the right-hand side of middle. Taken down with the HE and AK combo there. That should be the round complete now. Flush are going to have a lot of fun towards short. Crims will help him out. 4-on-2. Just a matter of time before they convert this one.
Yeah, Rain. Yeah, to get spotted out by Lekro. He was the only man with anything. And it is just Carrigan on this USP. Maybe he could do some damage, but at this point in time, it's not worth all too much. Fnatic, they're going to be on to a 5th and a chance now. At a 9-6 half, which, considering how things were looking, Henry, that isn't all too bad for Fnatic. That is a scoreline that we know that they can fight back from.
Absolutely. Final round now. Good time to call a break. It will be Fnatic to work out how they can get this last round. FaZe chasing for double figures here, but once again, money not ideal. They do have the AWP, but that distinct lack of utility makes it incredibly difficult to hold off fast plays towards the bomb. So you can see Coach Jumpy there describing how he sees the next round going down. From what I can tell, it looks like he's going for a set piece. So if they can pick this one up, they're right back in it. 10-5 would still be a difficult comeback, but 9-6 feels realistic. FaZe, once again, great start of this one, but Fnatic certainly waking up at this point. Great teamwork. I think like as soon as they stopped doing those slow defaults, just going around as a group, that's when it all came together for them again. I see they work very well as a unit. And here we go, final round of the first half. JW's got an incredibly good spawn, decides not to take it, and indeed it will be the set piece. Right off the bat, not messing around, smokes down, but Guardian, he's got the first kill. He does take a lot of damage, but it is a 5-on-4. Smokes deployed, and here they come. Rain is flashed, only good for one. Surely he can't get any more done. He does incredible amount of damage, but it's up to Nico now to stop the last 3 players.
Do they check this angle, Nico? He lies in wait, he's laid his trap. And they're gonna start to walk towards him. No one checks it. Crims even thinks he has, he jump speaks into it, and Nico, he only manages one. Crims turns around, 2 of his own, leaving it now on a golden. The IGL for Fnatic now is to try and lead by example. 1v2, Guardian's tagged up, but Carrigan still sits pretty on 100 HP.
So what he's trying to do right now is buy himself some time. He's low HP. He needs to get them doubting themselves. But Guardian, one step ahead. It will be 10-5 in favor of FaZe. They've already won the first map. Now looking compelling to take the second as well. It's going to be an uphill climb here from Fnatic. How will it conclude? You have to find out after this break.
What an explosive first half it's been. FaZe, they looked fantastic out the gate. But Fnatic, they started to show some signs of life, Henry. Can they pull it back?
I dearly hope so. This game deserves a third. Fnatic have been slow so far, but once again, they seem to be getting it together. 5 rounds, believe it or not, is enough. I think they can do it. FaZe, though, is looking to get better and better on the T side. This is Fnatic's pick. We've seen him do some unspeakable things on the CT side of Mirage. Look out for Crims. A beast on this map. JW as well. Some high-flying antics coming in as the unpause is called, and the second half will be going underway momentarily. We'll have a look at the buys. 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs for FaZe, 4 sets of bomb for Fnatic, and ladies and gentlemen, we are underway once again. Diffuse kit for Golden, smoke available as well. Fnatic, I'll say this much, they need this pistol. It has to be going in their favor. Can't afford to go down 13-5.
No, they most definitely cannot. FaZe, they're fast out in towards the A-bomb site, and no one here from Fnatic to keep an eye on things. They're going to be playing 5v5 in the retake, Henry.
Yeah, not ideal. It's a difficult proposition. Fnatic have to work together. They're so far removed from this situation, coordinating towards CT spawn, looking for those headshots, but time is ticking away. Rain in a perfect position. Let's see what he can do.
JW gonna walk into his crosshair. He offers himself up, and now they know where Rain is, but they don't know where anyone else for FaZe resides. They're tapping on the bomb, and actually on the defuse, Carrigan gets the knife. What's going on in this round? Lecro, so many kills to find. They're all around, and Guardian finishes things off. FaZe in with an 11th.
There it is, Harry. FaZe do pick it up. Fnatic scrabble to get back into the round, but unfortunately the full defuse attempt was in vain. Golden got the smoke on top of the planted bomb. Goes to the defuse, but gets stabbed in the back. Carrigan makes sure no one's touching that C4. And it will be 11-5. There has to be the force buy from Fnatic. Like I said, lose the pistol. You can't afford the 13-5 here. They're going to have to see what they can do. Deagle, CZs, 1 smoke. And it'll be up to FaZe to make a blunder at this point to give it up. JW, nice positioning. I don't think Nico will be expecting this one. He'll come through. But unfortunately for him, the Galil strikes first. And it will be a 5-on-4 now. At this point, Harry, you don't need to commit. No one needs to rush into a position. Bait out any sort of utility they got. Is there a reaction from that first kill? Hold the choke points. You still got 1:25 on the clock. Nothing has to be done. You can see Golden exploring towards A-ramp, seeing what's available to him. He'll get a good bit of intel. Sure, there's no one there, but it doesn't do much for him. They're rotating in from T-spawn now. He'll hold the line. If he can get more than 1 kill, there's a chance. 1 and done, that won't do anything for him.
Gonna spray him up. He's actually been able to escape with his life. He tries to back away, but Rain's gonna finish him. And now Fnatic caught out of position. You could see the information forced a few players off of that A-bomb site, and now they come rotating back in, trying to scavenge something out of this round. Fnatic, 2 men down, and it's been such a turbulent time for them. This is the grudge match, of course, versus FaZe from IEM Katowice. But we actually saw Fnatic win the entire event and send FaZe home. Now, they have 2 players inside the A-bomb site. Flusher, he's over here towards short. And he hasn't spotted Exist, who has just slipped on by. He's going to be the real linchpin for FaZe. There's 20 seconds left on the clock, and they look now to execute in. Can Crims and Lecro find anything? There's the first. Crims with the CZ. Gets himself a double. Maybe he's made something possible. It all falls on a Flusher. Bomb isn't down yet. It's going to go down just in the nick of time and Exist. He locks in that 12th round for FaZe.
Yeah, got a little bit exciting there. Crims with the CZ. If he gets the multi-frag, maybe there's a chance. But it's all falling apart here. 13-5, almost a lock-in at this point. Fnatic can't do anything but take the full eco. This was the player that could have changed everything. He gets the dink there. Gets 2, but instantly replied. And Flusher left in the 3 versus 1. Couldn't even find a single kill. Has to be the full eco here. It's going to be such a difficult task now. After the force buy, they're actually going to be in a difficult spot again in that first cover. They're going to be limited in grenades. Might not have the orb. Maybe even a kit wouldn't be possible. We'll see. As that, we'll just go through the formalities here of FaZe winning this round. Maybe Fnatic get a kill or 2. This quarterfinal was looking to be very, very exciting. First map had some interesting points in mid stages. It looked like Fnatic would get back into it. Second half, they just collapsed. They haven't really done anything in this game. They won the pistol in the first half, and since then, a couple of rounds here or there. Not over just yet, but so much work to be done. JW probably best exists here. I'm not sure if he's going to check the tight corner. We'll find out. He's going to be by himself. So Existo's down. There's no one to trade out the frag for him. He looks to the floor, so you can't see him. Exists going to walk straight past it on his head! And he does find him. My goodness. It will be the kill, but it could have gone horribly wrong there.
Just what a tense situation exists. To have the forethought to look down at his feet. Just comes in with the Goomba stomp, but now it's Flusher 1v5. It's just not happening for him. This is going to be a 13th for FaZe, and you kind of alluded to it. This is going to be such a tricky task now for Fnatic to get back into this one, Henry. They're going to sit 8 rounds behind FaZe. And FaZe, they're just out for blood.
Yeah, going for every single kill. No need to hunt for this one. Flusher's got nothing to save. He's only worth $300 really unless Exist kills him, but he's already got 3 kills with the SMG. Plenty of money here, and a bonus round coming in. They'll save utility, got SMGs out, and Flusher with 13 HP. Nothing he can really do about this whatsoever. I think he's been spotted as well. He'll sit behind the bench. Cleanly does it, Carrigan. 13-5. Touching distance now from the semi-finals. This Mirage performance has been nothing short of sensational from FaZe. Will we see the tactical timeout? I'd surely call them on Fnatic at this point. Let's work out what the game plan is. Do they have enough of the AWP? I don't think so. 5 M4s, no kits. Little utility, not a single incendiary. They've had to go for HEs instead. 4 of those, and we've got something up their sleeve, and they'll go aggressive at the start, go for that first pick. 3 players do go in towards the A site. HEs deployed at the A ramp, but nothing connecting. Nico will be joined by Exist this time, so it looks like a faster A split coming in. You normally want to chuck in a curveball on these first gun rounds after the CTs have fully expended their money in that second. Flusher gets the first kill. JW struggling in shadow, and he makes a bit of a mistake there, having to go up the ladder, movement slightly off.
That's netted them a 4-on-4, and now Nico set to try and lead the way for FaZe. Finds the first, but will they anticipate Golden? The molly was meant to burn out whoever's under here, and now Golden strikes, but Nico, he is unreal. 3 kills for the man, and he's going to carry FaZe forward onto a 14th round. Now they stand 1 away from match and series point.
Absolutely so. Nico does everything right there, and Fnatic just didn't have the utility, the sniper to hold them off. Like I said, a faster round coming in from FaZe, knowing they forced one the second. They haven't got the incendiaries, they haven't got the sniper rifle, they probably don't even have a kit. If you can get in there together and bully them off the bomb site, exactly like Carrigan did, that round's over. Golden was just stuck in a horrible position. Behind the smokes in towards Shadow, goes to the ladder, and it's getting completely destroyed there. 14-5. Fnatic, I don't think, are fully investing into the round. They're almost letting FaZe get to round number 15 here. They'll obviously fight back and do what they can with the pistols. They've got 1 scout, a couple of HEs. If ever there was a time for something bizarre to happen, this has to be it for Fnatic. Tournament life on the line now. And FaZe, it looks almost certain they're going to the semis, but Fnatic are a very, very tenacious team. They don't give up about a fight here. And here we go. FaZe looking for series points. Round number 20. There's only 2 players heading towards that A side, Nico and Rain. Trying to open things up, but the smoke is down just to hold them at bay for now.
Good nade damage onto Exist as well over here towards B. That's at least a third FaZe trying anything fast. They know what's at stake, and Fnatic, they're desperate to try and find something early on. Nico, he's waiting down here towards ramp. You can see that they're just holding a default. Rain over in Palace. FaZe do not want to give anything away in the opening segments of this round. They're going to head back in through T-spawn at FaZe. Looking like they're going to try and close this one out now. There is JW over here in mid. Flusher's got the scout and he's with him. The romantic in me, Henry, wants to believe that Fnatic can start to pull a comeback, and if they're going to do it, they have to do it now. FaZe just creeping in through mid. They've gone past JW, they're up through short. He's let them sneak by, but now the smoke going to start to fade, and how does Rain find that shot? That should have been JW's kill all day long. Gonna re-smoke the window, and up through connector they go, where Golden, he holds close. He could get the job done here. He sprays with the CZ. He's able to find one on a Carrigan. But in response, FaZe, they're just gonna go walking over here towards B. The bomb's a very long way away. But Nico, he's gonna save them. I don't even think there was time to get the bomb down there,
wasn't. There definitely wasn't. That round was over. The CTs, if they could just be AFK at that point, at the other side of the map, they would have won. Obviously, you have no idea of knowing as the crowd are up on their feet. It's FaZe now on 15, Fnatic on 5, but they did take a bit of a partial bye there. 10 series points in the bag. Morale's going to be low for Fnatic, but they have got money to work with here. The AWPs will come out, the M4s as well. But yes, Harry, that could have been amazing. Imagine if they lost a round like that because they were playing so cautiously, not trying to give anything away. The bomb couldn't be planted, but Nico, the double spray down, saves the day. We're going into what could be the final round here, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, hasn't been the quarterfinal we thought it would be. We thought it would be another epic rematch of the Katowice finals. Everything right down to the wire. Amazing clutches, crazy, unthinkable plays. It's been quite standard, and FaZe just working each round and finding the kills required. Fnatic haven't put up much of a fight today. Remember, they won the pistol in the first half. Round number 21. No kits, but they have got that AWP.
Yeah, first time we've seen JW brandish this weapon over on their CT side. He's going to be sitting with it down here in window, and look at this aggression from Crims. He's going to try and take the fight to FaZe. Carrigan lies in wait, and this one kill decides the fate of this round. It feels like Carrigan just homing in his sights. And actually, he's going to start to back away. The window of opportunity is open now for Crims. If he keeps going forward, the bomb is there. But in the meantime, Guardian's down in lower tunnels. Russia's keeping an eye on this, and there's the opener exist. A fellow Swede down in the lower tunnels wants to try and get the trade. Flusher hops across, and Exist gonna pick him up. As he gifted that kill from above, JW tries to reply. He's pulled them back into a 3-on-3. The bomb's rerouting back through T-Spawn and FaZe. They want to try and hit this A-bomb site. Nico's the first man in. Golden in CT. All the pressure on his shoulders now to try and hold back FaZe. Nico just creeping forward, and Golden ever so patiently. Fnatic, they've rotated players away. Lecro, he spots out Nico. There's the first kill to come through. 25 seconds. Time gonna start to be a real enemy to FaZe here. And Carrigan tagged up. He's the man with the bomb. Golden could deny everything. The bomb plant's gonna come in.
Yeah, still a chance here, Harry. It was looking quite grim at time there for FaZe with a boost up towards the sandwich. Get up on the steps here. Rain to find the first kill, nails it! Takes down Lecro, now it's a 2-on-2. JW towards short. Golden and CT spawn, time ticking away now as I leave Carrigan with almost no HP. What's the play? How does he possibly win this one? Remember, there is no kit available, he needs to hide. And it will be JW to find the final kill. It got very exciting there, but Rain had to do all the heavy lifting. Bomb to be defused, and it keeps Fnatic in the game, but still money could be very low and plenty available for FaZe here. 15-6. JW will salvage the AWP. That's the first step on a very, very long journey here. Now 9 rounds in a row as they keep their head above water just about there. Round 22. Of course, FaZe at the full buy, and we'll have a look at the compromises for Fnatic. Lecro, no nades whatsoever, no helmet either. Not a big deal against the AKs, of course. JW does get the AWP, but just one Molotov. And a bit of aggressive play here towards shore. JW does get flashed as the Molotovs and smoke start to be deployed.
Yeah, Rain's managed to sneak by. The rest of FaZe all over towards ramp. Nico lining up the smoke. Carrigan makes noise over at B early on, and that's pulled the rotation out from JW. There's only Golden here, and he's going to fall now. It's on Crims. And we've seen replays from him on this staircase. He's done so much. He's able to get one and a second. Crims is hunting them down. The Guardian's going to reply. Luckily enough, JW's there from atop the ticket. He's managed one. It all falls to Nico in a 1 versus 3. They've spotted him, and Flusher is going to lock in a 7th round for Fnatic. They don't want to give this one up, Henry.
Certainly not. Strong stuff. We needed to see this before, though, but it's not over yet. Now it'll take 8 rounds. There is one more buy available for FaZe here. If they can win this one, then they might be on to something. The first milestone is get it to double digits. It's going to take 3 more rounds. Guardian, no helmet, no nades. Sign of the times. This has to be a Fnatic round. They can do this. There is a chance. Rain with a good spawn. Going to make his way towards a round. Go for the Hail Mary play. But Crim starting to show us that true world-class form now. That's what we want to see. But he can't hold it up. Guardian will answer back straight away. 4 and 4. They will be going towards A here. Golden with it all to play for. Sits on the balcony, but JW there to bail him out and pushes Guardian away. Should be another round for Fnatic here.
FaZe, they've been sent away from the A-bomb site, deterred by the AWP of JW. They look to try and seek refuge over here in apartments. And that is where Letcro resides. We brought up, he's won 63% of his opening duels, Henry. He needs to keep boosting that statistic now more than ever. As they creep his way, the pressure is on for Letcro. 1 minute left on the clock. FaZe, they've got time, they've got utility. Letcro only has his aim to rely on. First Molotov comes out now, Letcro's under pressure. First man out into the site, and Letcro, 2 big kills. Suddenly it's only Exist left in a 1v4, and Flusher's gonna find him. Fnatic making this look possible now, Henry. You start to believe at this point in time, 8-15.
You might be pouring on a bit thick there, but I see where you're coming from. It's still gonna take 7 rounds. This is the beginning, though. This is where they can start this journey. 7 rounds at this point. Has to be an eco for FaZe. They'll just have Glocks. No armor. No nades. Just one of those rounds. Just get it over with. Try and get a couple of trade kills. Make things a little bit more comfortable for next round. Should be 15-9 here. Like we said, 10's the big milestone we're looking for. Once they get that, then we can dive into the conversation as to whether this is possible. Round number 24. Flush out. Will be taken down, 4 on 3. And the fact they get 1 kill does bode well. If they get any kills at all, it's an extra $300. It's certainly worth being a little bit tedious, holding back. As you can see, Crims just wants to get this done with as quickly as possible, pushing through. And he'll just be making noise, trying to bait them out. The bomb's actually trying to make its way towards A. That was Guardian going down. A cheeky attempt there as Exist took away all the aggro, but wasn't meant to be. And at this point, trying to get 1 more kill, not going to happen. 15-9, now 6 rounds in a row. 4 chained together for Fnatic. Fnatic, though, will be up against the AWP of Guardian, the AKs. Maybe a timeout required from FaZe. They just want to go for a rush, a set piece, the defaults. Lots of options here. FaZe have got a plethora of fakes available. If you are just joining us, this is the second map of a best of 3. FaZe already 1 map up, looking to book themselves a place in the semi-finals. 1 more round will do it, but Fnatic are just not giving up. Every round has to be theirs now, but overtime is what they're working towards. Double AWP setup deployed, Flusher and JW to wield it.
JW peeking on down into mid. Letcro going to be the support man over on short. They have that crossfire set up. FaZe being given a decent bit of ground to work with early on here. Guardian, in the meantime, over towards apartments, going to go toe-to-toe with Flusher. Both these players have looked so good, and Guardian, he's the man to win that first fight. Flusher being the star player for Fnatic right now. This could spell disaster, Henry.
Yeah, nice little crouch peek there. Knew exactly where Flusher would be. 1 minute on the clock, opening pick obtained. Is it enough to close out the game? I'm not so sure. It feels like this one's got a few more twists and turns, but Guardian's got intel as to where one player is. There's Letcro, good as ever. AK-47 in hand, that's where he does his absolute best work. Repositions towards the van, JW in towards that window. 40 seconds, the A site is sort of open. You can see Golden and Crims playing in front of the side. Bomb goes down, and it's up to Exist to try and recover.
He's going to lose that first fight to Golden. Now the pressure falls to Nico, and Golden, quick double over towards ramp. It's Guardian, 1v4, and he's all the way over in Palace. Might just think about saving the AWP here.
I think he might be right there. Money will be a maximum loss bonus. He saves the AWP, then at least they can buy up around it. But Fnatic now, like we said, double digits. That was the first milestone. They've now got that. This is the point where we can start thinking Fnatic, the way they're playing right now, Have FaZe got anything left in the tank to actually close this out? There it is, round over. Does he survive? He does, takes down JW at the end. Their money should be strong enough to buy another AWP. Indeed it is. Golden with 10K, so money not really a factor at this point. 15 to 10, round number 26. Remember, it's 15-5. It's comeback. Really is happening. Scouts for Nika, they're not going to go all in. Okay, I thought they would with the maximum loss bonus, but they know they've got a buffer around here. Let's stop forced buying, let's stop limiting ourselves. Sure, we've got a Guardian AWP, but let's just see what's available with it. Nico does challenge the AWP at mid. Doesn't connect, lucky to be alive. Flashbang's coming back out. We'll see whether they can make any sort of dent as Guardian holds towards the B apartments here.
This time he's not going to be so lucky as well to have an overzealous flusher in there to find. Guardian's not deterred by that nade. He's going to keep creeping forward. He's really demanding us to try and make a play with this AWP. Now backing away. FaZe turn their attention over here to middle. Nico's gained decent ground and tries to face off with Crims. There is a man in window. That's JW just homing his sights, and flusher through the smoke. He's dealt with Nico. 4 players left alive for FaZe. They're all over here on ramp. And Golden, inside this A-bomb site, has to try and make a stand. He has to bide some time as the smokes now rain in. Rotations have come through. Crims is the first to arrive. The Molotov slows down the push in from FaZe, and look at Flusher on this flank as well. He's the fail-safe. If everything goes wrong, Flusher's there to help out. But Golden, what a 24-carat play from him. 3 big kills, and Flusher's even going to go for the knife. Surely he doesn't get away with this, Flusher.
Was it worth it? I don't think so. Guardian might be able to save the AWP now. He'll have 20 seconds as he makes his way towards the B apartments. There's no real benefit to going for the knife there. Like you said, money is really not a factor at this point in the game. Lose one round, you're out of it anyway. You've got enough to buy consecutively, but they've let Guardian live. They won't be pushing towards his position. One towards T-spawn here. They might be able to get him. There is a slight chance. Incredibly close, Golden. Great performance, but Guardian lives to tell the tale. So he'll keep his AWP, and he still has 1,500 for nades in the next round. They can fully buy here. 15-11. 10 rounds to begin with. Now it's just 4, Ari. Overtime. Certainly on the mind of Carrigan. I'm sure the clapping has stopped. The fun is over. Now it's time to buckle down and work out how you close this one out. These sometimes are the hardest ones to do, though. The mentality shifts. Especially you start losing rounds, start doubting yourself. You don't want to be the one to go down first. You lose that flair. As the shots come through, Fnatic starting to show us why they're so good on Mirage. This CT side is looking perfect now. They're 5-0 down, but certainly it's been well recovered. JW hits another shot. There's no smoke towards middle, and they give it up for free.
Oh, exists. He almost does it, but no, then there's Crims. He's going to silence him down in mid, and Guardian,
they're struggling.
He's carried this AWP forward for so many rounds, and there we go. He finally has it stripped from his hands. Golden, they just haven't been able to get past him over here in A, and suddenly it is only Carrigan left 1v5, and it looks like he might try attempt this. The Molotov tags him. I wonder if Golden heard that. He looks like he wants to take the fight. Carrigan, he's found one. Bomb on his back, 1 minute on the clock, plenty of time. Going to turn his attention back here towards the top of mid, anticipating perhaps that someone from Fnatic has tried their luck, tried to go aggressive, and that's what Flush is doing right now.
Everything looking so perfect for Fnatic. 15-12 guaranteed at this point. No way Carrigan wins this. He'll just be using this as a chance to talk to his teammates and work out what's happening. How are we losing kills time and time again? Where are the smokes? Where's the fundamentals gone? They were looking like they didn't have a care in the world for the first 5 rounds, running around, killing absolutely everyone. The smokes are spot on, the flashbangs are there, the executes are working, and now it's all falling apart. Carrigan will try his best to find a kill here, but another perfect one from Fnatic. They're only giving up 1 kill. 3 more rounds from 10. I think we're starting to spot a trend here. FaZe will take a timeout, pressure starting to mount. This could be one of the most historic comebacks to take us to a 3rd map. 15-5. It seemed like it was over. But now, Robban's gonna have to pick them out, work out what the plan is here. We'll have a look at the money. Exist is already bought. Maximum loss bonus, but they haven't had the bomb down for a while. Nico's only got 3750. That means AK armor and a decoy at most. That's it. We have got a bit of a technical issue, so we're going to take a little bit longer just to sort this one out. Looks like it's absolutely fine. We're right back in the action. As we'll have a look at the cache once again, make sure that was all accurate. So, Guardian purchases first, and here come the AKs. Remember, Nico won't have a helmet. He opts for the one smoke instead. I think a set piece is almost guaranteed here. Just go for a set piece towards A. Just, yeah, here we go. When all else fails, Harry, just drop one of these in. It's all you can do. They're struggling. They're starting to fall apart. I think this would be under the remit of a crumble at this point. Do a set piece. Oh my God! JW ready and waiting. Oh, it's going from bad to worse now. Can they recover it?
Big kill from Exist. Golden, he has been a tank inside of this A-bomb site. He looks to hold his own, and actually FaZe, they've slowed right down. They've still got the one smoke up on Guardian. Re-smoke down on the ramp from Fnatic, and FaZe, they grind to a halt. It was looking good early on, but the trade frag in from Exist, or rather the equalizer onto Crims, might have made all the difference in this round for FaZe.
Certainly gets him back in, and that's a huge scalp to take. One of the scariest men on the A-bomb site. Crims shut down. They'll wait for the smokes to dissipate here. JW still alive, but most of the utility was expended at the start of the round, Harry. They've got one smoke and a Molotov. And JW, you feel like he's going to hit everything here. Flashbang's decent, and that gets him off the initial shot. He'll re-peek, and there we go. That could be the first incision, but Golden's been so good so far. He keeps it up. 2 kills gathered. 2 on 2. This has to be it, but they can't break down the defense. Nico, if ever there was a time for something wonderful, this would be it. 1 versus 1, but Lecro denies it again. 15-13. And FaZe just can't get into the A site. And Fnatic keep the dream alive. No plant again. Means another partial buy here. Glocks, Deagles, some armor, that'll be it. 2 more rounds. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but it looks like overtime is very likely at this point. 15-5 down. And Fnatic just won't give up.
There's not much left of the tank for FaZe in this round. They've gone for the partial buy. They're stacking up outside the A-bomb site. Golden down in CT. This man is a sentry gun. The nade's already done damage, but there's Nico in with an opener. But the Eagle gonna get one. Flusher answers back. Double down for him. It was all the way over from short. Golden gonna grab himself one more. It is just Rain and Exist left alive. They've scavenged themselves rifles. They have something to work with. Lecro's in CT, and he's going to find Exist now. It's Rain, who in amongst the confusion, in amongst the chaos, he slipped through into CT spawn. He's tagged up JW, but Lecro's going to win it out. 14-15, Henry. And I asked you a few rounds ago, did you believe? Have they got you believing now, Henry?
I think they've got the whole world believing. Just goes to show you how good Fnatic can be. The mental fortitude required to bring back a 15-5 deficit. I just can't imagine what it took, what they were saying to keep their heads in the game. But Golden, I can't believe the performance he's put in on the A side. Going toe-to-toe with some of the hardest hitting players in the entirety of the game. He's considered a lesser fragger in that respect, and he made them look very average. Final round of regulation, can they do it? This comeback would be absolutely epic as the final timeout is called. Single orb set up on either side, a full buy available to both. I can't believe I'm saying this, but round number 30 is about to happen. And Fnatic, this is why they love Mirage. We're not done just yet. Another set piece from FaZe. The defaults have been a nightmare. Can they close it out here? It'll be a huge sigh of relief if they can. If it goes to overtime, Fnatic, I'd say to lock in, they're winning this map. And we're going to a third, which is Inferno, and that would be nuts.
Well, here's the play. Rain looks to be the spearhead to this final offensive from FaZe. In through the smokes, Fnatic, they're playing a retake setup. It's going to come down to the 5-on-5, and you've got Carrigan Late lurking in towards top mid. Nico's going to find the first frag out for JW, and Golden, he's been tagged low. Fnatic, they fought back from a 5-15 scoreline to get here, and now it all comes down to this round. They've lost JW early on, and now they have to try and claw it back from the depths. Carrigan, he's been spotted, he's been tagged, forced off the angle, but he has got the attention of Flusher. The nade gonna finish him off. Time ticking down, Guardian's gonna fall, and now it's Rain. He's gonna manage one second. Nico in with two at the very end, and FaZe, they dig deep. They managed to get it done at 16-14. They win out the series 2-0.
That's got to be the most heartbreaking feeling you can ever experience. Fnatic gave everything they had, every last ounce of energy. 15-5 down, they bring it all the way back to round number 30, but it wasn't quite enough. A real test there for FaZe. It shows they are mortal after all. After playing a perfect map, it seemed like it was done. We were going to overtime. I had to tip my hat to Fnatic there. I can't believe how close it came. It felt like that FaZe, there's nothing left. There was no answer. It was down to those set pieces time and time again. That's all they had left. My goodness, what a game it turned out to be. You can see the look of relief on Carrigan's face. And for now, Harry, we're going to throw it over OJ, who's got Exist on the stage.
Thank you very much, Henry. I mean, you don't like to make it easy, do you, for the fans at the end there?
No, I mean, Fnatic, they have a great CT side on Mirage, so we knew it was going to be tough, but yeah, we closed it out in the end, and yeah, that's good.
A lot of the talk before this matchup here in Sydney was what happened in Poland at Katowice. Obviously, there was that grand final, there was the big comeback, it went to all those overtimes. How much was that spoken about before this match?
I mean, I watched the final from home, so...
Well, yeah, what did Carrigan say to you?
I mean, we talked before the game, and I said to the guys, don't get frustrated, and just play our game, and yeah, that was that talk, I guess.
Does this feel like, obviously you weren't on that team that lost them last time, but does it feel like revenge served well?
I mean, the other guys want to beat Fnatic really bad, so yeah, I guess it's revenge.
So next up, you'll be taking on Tyloo in the semi-finals. What do you know about that team?
They have a really good player in Bentet. He's been playing really good this tournament. We're going to go back and watch demos and see how they play and prepare for tomorrow.
Do you feel at this point now, coming through what you've just come through here on the big stage here in this arena, do you feel now you're getting to the best CS that you can play?
Yeah, I mean, this stadium is awesome and the Australian fans are great. So.
You got to say that. You got to say that. Listen, it was a great quarterfinal. It was a great way to kick off here. Put your hands together for this man and FaZe. And we shall hand it over to Alex.
Good God, the hairs on my arms were standing on end, goosebumps for real, as I thought that dream of a comeback was going to become a reality. But no, Fnatic indeed. When Henry said heartbreak, it is going to be one of the very worst ways to lose a game. When you get so close, even you start to believe, admittedly, there'll be doubt filling your mind for a while, and then suddenly you're like, one more round, this is doable. You start thinking about overtime, how you're going to approach it, and to have it taken away at the last mark. No one from Fnatic present on that A site, Yanko.
Yeah, such a strange and unfortunate loss for Fnatic. When you look at it, they had such a miserable start to both halves on Mirage, and in the pure gun rounds, especially obviously in the second half, they were actually doing really well. So if only they had, if they didn't lose that force buy in the first half, if they had a good start in one of the halves, they would have run away with this game and we would have seen Inferno.
That was those opportunities I said that they had to capitalize on, right, if they wanted to take this map, and it just wasn't to be. I think, once we rolled on to the second half, Golden was definitely a hero.
What a god.
Exactly, he was getting multi-kills time and time again over towards that A bomb site. Get that last round on the board. Nico with the kill from Palace onto JW. Through the smoke, it must have been. We didn't see it from his POV, but the smoke wall was up. So unless Nico, saw the tip of his head, that's the huge entry into a retake setup.
I don't think FaZe realized how lucky they were that the scoreline was 15-5, right? They weren't playing amazingly well. On the CT side, it was default things and then hitting their shots right early on, and then Fnatic stepped it up, got a 10-5 half, but really 5-0 start, and you could see how they were laughing when they were losing round in the stars, like, haha, let's try to push through the smoke, pop flash, let's be a little bit aggressive. And then when they started taking things more seriously, they realized actually, we're not doing all that well here, are we? You know, and it was a saving grace in the end. Just another of A executes, really, and a couple of kills, you know, through the smoke, and at the very end, Rain and Nico closing it out. So a very fortunate series, I think, all things considered, for FaZe.
Fortunate? Is that the word you'd use, Chad?
Yeah, and the thing is, I think you have to look towards the fact that now more of the players from FaZe are firing on all cylinders, right? We've got Guardian continuing his good performance. Nico's there now. Rain had a decent map as well. If Exist can do what he did on Cache time and time again, and then Carrigan with the really influential impact multi-kills, it's going to be a strong-looking FaZe for the grand final. I'm going to jump that forward ahead, Alex. I think, you know, obviously at this point, you know, going up against Tyloo, who are looking hot thus far, they should be in the grand final. Like, come on.
Listen, if Tyloo can keep the level of performance from the groups, I think they're the favorite in that semi-final game. I don't know if I've ever seen FaZe look this sloppy and this bad, really. You know, yes, they won the game, but that was mostly because of being a little bit, you know, stepping up individually in crucial rounds, maybe a little bit of luck, really, but that happened in the Cloud9 game, that happened here versus Fnatic. I don't think you can expect the same thing to happen again versus Tyloo.
Rain catching that diffuser and having just enough bullets in the clip for the second. What an outrageous series that was. At least that second map. Cache perhaps we'll forget about, but Mirage, that one will be notorious for just how much that CT side of Fnatic can bring. I mean, that looked like a game said and done. We started getting ourselves ready to start breaking down a stomp, and I guess the lessons learned here from Fnatic is just they do seem to struggle with the starts. We very rarely see Fnatic with a very big lead and then throwing it away.
Look, it could just be a slow start to the day, which is unfortunate for them because now they're out of the tournament. But these are the things, right? It wasn't the brawly Counter-Strike that I was expecting with the back and forth, all the clutch scenarios. There were very few clutches in that game. I think it was 3 over both maps. So there wasn't a lot of action in that regard. I just think the positives here for me, the positive takeaway is the FaZe players after that conversation that they had yesterday, apparently before they got stuck in, it seems to be working. We seem to be getting what we need out of the stars.
No, absolutely. And we're going to get what we need out of one particular star with the Play Faster moment. It's brought to you by Vodafone, and I actually could not think about what on earth this one could be. So many moments of high-octane Counter-Strike. It does look like it will be Nico doing what he does best out of Palace. We see this time and time again. Every Mirage, every round, you have to expect him to be emerging from that location, and a quick 3 from him.
He's always so composed, you know. He's not going to spam. He always goes for the tap in those dire situations when others are just going to hold that trigger down, and it seems to work for him, Alex.
Yeah. I think that might be, obviously had a great round here, but I think that might be potentially one of the issues for FaZe is, you know, Nico is A-apps on Mirage on T side, you know he's squeaky on Cache, right? Like, he is very, you know, locked in some of these areas of the map and doing the same things all over and over again. People get used to it and they counter you eventually.
Now, we weren't the only ones watching that game. Indeed, some of the fans here in the arena have been donning their FaZe jerseys. So why don't we go ahead and see what they have to say? Stunner's standing by.
Yeah, let's check it out. Why don't we, Alex? Oh, man, there we go. Oh, my goodness, some FaZe Clan fans. I don't think you guys are the only ones here in the audience. I do have Eddie and Jared down here. Guys, was it a hell of a match or was it a hell of a match?
Hell yeah, it was, dude. Nico ripping heads off the whole time.
Yeah, baby. FaZe up, fuck the rest, boys. Woo!
Whoa. Okay, let's bring it back down. How is the atmosphere in this audience? It's absolutely electrifying out here.
It's the best, man. Nothing beats it whatsoever, bro.
Yeah? What do you got?
We can do it like no other.
Woo! This guy's having the time of his life. How about that? Well, are there any other Australians in the audience tonight having the time of their life? There it is. That's what I was waiting on. Let's go ahead and kick it back to Alex and the crew.
Honestly, Stunner, I'm worried for your life when the next game starts. He's got none other than Renegades walking out onto this stage, and I fear for anyone that tries to get their way through that, navigate through that crowd when Renegades do walk into this arena. I'm just saying their name, and these guys are getting rowdy.
Definitely going to be some undercover Mousesports fans. You know, I don't think they're going to see any Mousesport jerseys in the crowd, but yeah, it's going to be insane for the next game.
I'm going to be out there, Alex.
You're going to go watch?
I'm going to be in the crowd.
Oh, yes.
Going to be in the thick of it.
Right, we'll keep an eye on him.
I believe.
You're going to be leading some chance? You got some preparation?
I'll take part.
You'll be participating. All right, okay. But yes, for anyone that is not in the know and perhaps hasn't necessarily caught all of the action so far here at IEM Sydney, Renegades are going to be taking on Mousesports. Mousesports is a very exciting prospect, ranked 4th in the world at the moment, and the Renegades have stunned us all by breezing through to the quarterfinals, unable to clinch the semi-final bye. But either way, it's all coming up after the break, and we're going to be breaking it all down here at the desk.